Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
This is Tim Pamplin with the night cam. A wild scene along the lodge. A lady comes hurtling down a side street. The street stops, but she doesn't. Gets airborne, flying over cars. We'll bring you to the scene with the night cam.
We're going to begin, though, with an emotional tribute downriver to remember an 18-year-old college student killed while driving home from school. Hundreds coming together tonight to mourn the loss of Amanda Kish.
Yeah, the Central Michigan freshman died over the weekend after her car was rear-ended while driving home to Wyandotte. Pamela Osborne is live at Bishop Park in Wyandotte. Pam, a lot of people in that community coming out tonight to support the family.
Kimberly and Devin, that is absolutely right. As soon as this accident happened, that family began asking for prayers and support. They found more of that here tonight. As you can see, people leaving behind lights as they remembered Amanda.
It's hard. It's not what, I don't know, it was very unexpected.
No one thought they'd ever be here, yet here they were. Gathered by the water's edge at Bishop Park in Wyandotte, red balloons and candles in hand, all to remember their friend, Amanda Kish.
Most amazing, beautiful person you will ever meet. She loved everyone so much. She had the biggest heart that you could ever imagine.
She and Samantha King were best friends. Amanda was just beginning her freshman year at Central Michigan University when the unthinkable happened. She was driving home to visit her family on Friday when she was hit from behind. The impact sent her car into oncoming traffic. She was airlifted to Sparrow Hospital in Lansing, where she died. On Monday night, hundreds gathered by candlelight, lifting her family up in prayer. Loved ones say she was short in stature, but so much bigger than that. The 18-year-old spent most of her life cheering from the sidelines. Now her friends are rallying behind her family.
Just want everybody to come together and show their love and support to this amazing family. They are the best family.
The best people.
The best people you'll ever meet.
They don't
ever.
deserve this.
And her brother Joshua thanking people for their support on behalf of the entire family. They are asking for continued prayers and support in these difficult days ahead. Reporting live in Wyandotte, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
All right, Pam. We are following breaking news on Detroit's west side, where a woman launches her car from the service drive onto the Lodge freeway.
Wild scene. Tim Pamplin there with the night cam. Tim.
Well, there you see the driver on the stretcher going to the hospital. It was a wild evening. The car she was driving went airborne, launched over the Lodge freeway. Take a listen to Michigan State Police.
It took out like the metal support beam that's on the service drive. It looks like she took out two of those when she goofs ahead it onto the freeway.
Out the blue, we heard bam.
That's Pharrell Page. Heard the commotion, went out to investigate. Spoke to a driver caught up in the wreck.
The car flew over their car as they was driving. They just missed a grave accident.
So I'm being told the young lady, she's got some broken bones, non-life-threatening injuries. Fortunately, no other vehicle involved. She flew right over the top of those. That is the scene along the lodge tonight with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Wow. Okay, Tim. Oxford High School shooter Ethan Crumbly pleading guilty today to all 24 charges against him, including the murders of 4 of his classmates. Today's hearing also included Crumbly telling the judge that he gave the money to his father to purchase the gun used in the November 30th mass shooting.
Is it true that you asked him to buy that firearm?
Yes.
Is it true that you gave him your own money to buy that firearm?
Yes.
The courtroom was filled with families of the victims who, for the first time, came face to face with the shooter.
Seeing him and then going back thinking, wow, that was who held my son and Justin in the bathroom for so many minutes, staring at them. It put chills down my spine.
The hardest thing is to hear your child's name and then to have him say yes, that he did shoot my son with the intent to murder him. I can't even describe that emotion.
Gosh, well, Oakland County prosecutor says Crumbly did not get a plea deal, and that one was never offered to him. He faces up to life in prison without the possibility of parole. A key hearing to determine his sentence is scheduled for February.
Oakland County's transit millage is pitting northern and western communities against the southern tier of the county. The goal is to beef up bus service and at the same time end the ability for communities to opt out. Mara McDonald following the story tonight from Royal Oak.
The millage is 0.95 mils per $1,000 of taxable value of your home. For example, it would be just under $50 a year for a $100,000 home. The breakdown of where the money would go looks like this: $37.9 million to maintain the current bus system, $20.4 to improve and expand transit, $7.8 to capital improvements, with the county getting $800,000 for administrative costs.
I've heard from virtually every single one of these townships that are not in the southern core of the county. All the rest of the areas are in absolute opposition.
Senator Runstead and other elected leaders held a town hall to voice their worries tonight. The argument from the northern and northwestern communities is they provide transit service with WODA and NODA, the Western and Northern Oakland Transit Authorities respectively, for far less than what homeowners would be asked to pay with the transit millage. But proponents say the millage expands service throughout the county for populations that need it, including North and West.
Think about our seniors, our handicapped people, and our students that need transportation. When the price of gas is going up, car insurance, the living, how do you get to where you need to be?
One of so many local issues on the ballots this year. Our Mara McDonald reporting. Family members searching for answers after their loved one was killed while working as a driver for Lyft. The memorial keeps growing, where 49-year-old Dina Mae Terrell was killed Friday in the area of Putnam and Rundell Street in Pontiac. Investigators say she picked up a 19-year-old man in Rochester and was dropping him off when she was shot in the head, and that man has since been arrested. Family members still trying to make sense of what happened.
It don't make any sense. They aren't paid electronically. There's no cash, hand-to-hand cash anywhere. Why would he do this? I don't get it. Robbery wasn't a thing. Her jury was still on. Her purse was beside her. So why? Right now, my sons they're inconsolable. They don't want to speak. They just want to lay their mother to rest with respect, as well as the rest of her family.
Lyft says they are trying to reach out to the family. Meanwhile, a GoFundMe has been set up for the family as well. Wayne State University warning students tonight about a road rage incident near campus, one involving a gun.
Happened around 2:20 this afternoon when a student noticed a black Cadillac following her in the area of Martin Luther King Boulevard and Grand River. The student came to a stop at the corner of Woodward and Temple. That's when the female driver of the Cadillac allegedly waved a handgun and claimed that she almost hit her car. The Cadillac then took off. Police are reminding students to be aware of their surroundings. A 20-year-old Commerce Township man was killed after hitting a deer while riding his motorcycle. Happened Saturday night in the area of Harvey Lake Road and Wardlow in Highland Township. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says Lucas Nash was traveling south on Harvey Lake when he hit a deer. He then lost control and was hit by a Ford Escape. That driver suffered minor injuries. Nash received medical treatment but was pronounced dead at the scene.
After 2 weeks of testimony, a jury is set to begin deliberations tomorrow morning in the third trial connected with the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Prosecutors today urging the jury to convict Joe Morrison, Pete Musico, and Paul Bellar. They say the three men provided land, training, and inspiration for domestic terrorism. Defense lawyers say the men stopped associating with the masterminds as the plot was accelerating. Trial's been taking place in Jackson. It's an offshoot of the main case handled in federal court. We'll keep following it with the jury getting the case tomorrow. Getting kids to school every day is a crisis in Detroit, and the reasons why they're missing school can vary a lot from family to family.
That's right, and that's why we're talking about it and taking an in-depth look at chronic absenteeism. I'll be emceeing a town hall tomorrow from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Mumford High School. Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti and other district leaders will be there to answer questions. You can attend the event in person, or you can watch it on clickondetroit.com or Local 4 Plus.